All right, so I'm finally back out here on the roof. We had a really good day a couple days ago. We knocked out most of this side. We were able to screw it all down. Most, like this section, except for the lower piece. So 1, 2, 3 rows, all in one day, which is quite the accomplishment because of this heat. We had a beautiful day the other day where it was like overcast. The sun wasn't trying to kill us all day, and it was like under 80 or 90 degrees. So I'll take it. I'm very happy. We got a lot done that day. We just time-lapsed it. We didn't do the big recording, sorry, but we just needed to get it on. So I still need to cut this ridge back and make it all perfect. I had pre-cut the pieces, but once I screwed them down, they basically shrunk, if you will, right? It pulled it all down, and so now I need to cut that and make the ridge perfect. I have these sections of the cricket all cut and ready. The crickets are made, but I need to trim the decking, the top of the cricket there, and nail them down. So not a lot of work left there. We're getting super, super close to being able to finally install the underlayment and then the shingles. We're gonna get started, like I said, putting together these crickets, cutting the ridge, and finishing off any like last tweaks. Some of the screws might not be fully screwed down, or anything else that we need to catch before we go to the next steps. So Hari and I are super excited. We're gonna get started. Yay! Okay, so basically what I'm running into right now is there's not a lot of distance from the edge here and there. And in fact, there's even less between the flat part where it connects to the decking to the wall. And what's happening is partially because this board was twisted, and then also partially just because it's 1.5 inches. It's basically taking this edge and transferring it out 1.5 inches. In other words, it's hitting this section too early. I could plane that, except I can't reach it with my planer, and it's filled with nails. So I really only have 2 options. One is to basically cut this off with my oscillating tool, and then maybe drive those nails down deeper. Or the other would be to actually just go ahead and cut this whole tip off and just let this create the support that it needs. And that would be fine too. So I could do it either way, but yeah, realistically I'd have to start here and work my way all the way over. Now I need the flat bar. Thank you. What do you think, Harvey? What do you think? Is it going okay, or is it, am I doing it wrong? What do you think? No? Okay. I think I got a seal of approval. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, that works a lot better. You can see how it actually will drop into that corner now. Still raised up a little bit. I should probably drop it down a little bit more, we'll see. I think I can get that where I need it to be now. I think that'll work. Okay. I'll do this to all 4 of them, and then I'll nail them off. Okay, so to cut the ridge, what I'm going to do is actually set the saw to a 15-degree angle. That should be the pitch of this roof. It looks pretty darn close. It's interesting, when I had it over there in the shade, it was more up and down, and now it doesn't look quite as good. So I'm going to just adjust it a little bit more. That's at, I don't know, it's at there. Realistically, I'm going to cut through both of these sheets at the same time. So unfortunately, we're running low on batteries, on the tool batteries. But let's see what we could do. Now, I really would like to use a straight edge. I wish I had a track saw. A track saw would be perfect for this, but I don't own one. So I think what I'm going to do is poke and pray. And I think I can get away with it, because even if it's off by a little bit, these 2 angles are going to come up together, and they're going to basically meet in one point. Over the top of this, we're going to have the synthetic underlayment, we're going to have shingles, and then we're going to have that cap shingle. So there's going to be a lot of shingles that go over this that'll soften that edge anyway. So I think even if I'm off by a little bit, I'll be okay. I hope. So I'm going to start over there where it's already a little bit funky, check my angle, and then I'm going to come back to this piece that I know I need to cut. Okay. So that opened up a nice little gap. I do want just a slight gap between these. Like whenever you put these pieces down, whenever you put the OSB down, you're always going to leave a little gap around the perimeter, and that allows each piece to kind of shift a little bit in this heat. We have a brutal climate here. This roof is probably going to get over 180, at least 180 degrees, maybe hotter. I checked the downstairs side of it when it was like 80 degrees outside. So it was 120 degrees on the underside of this without the insulation. And I can only imagine in the sun, this is going to get so hot. And that means it's going to expand when it gets hot. This thing does prefer the 4 amp hour batteries, and I only have a 2 amp hour. So it's going to struggle a little bit, but we'll get through it. We'll see as much as we can get done. Come on. Okay, come on. I had taken this piece out prematurely, probably. So what's happening right now is I have that little bit of a push-up. And so right now, I'm taking that pressure away, but by cutting it, but it also means that that pressure is being pushed onto the blade, and my blade doesn't want to go through. Okay, so partially there, I need to switch sides on which one I'm cutting. Okay, and that did exactly what I expected. It dropped down. If you can see that, it's just getting closer. That's good. So this one looks like it's probably coming together fine. Still not touching. So that one's good. This next one's good. For this last piece over here, we're gonna need to run a chalk line and measure it out and then cut it. And that's that battery. That's all we can do, unfortunately, as far as cutting goes. So it's a real bummer. We don't have a lot of opportunities to get out here on the roof where we're not dying and frying. It's only in the early mornings that we don't get up for, and then late at night. And some of the evenings we're a little tired, but anyway, so we finally got out here this evening to get this done, and our batteries died too quickly. So we have 3 batteries, 4 amp hour and two amp hour batteries, and they're all dead. 2 of them are charging. We'll put the next one on the charger. We'll see if maybe they'll charge enough that we can get another run in before the end of the evening. Okay, so we got lucky. The battery's charged up enough. They're not all the way charged, but the sun's just about to go down, and I want to get a little bit more done here before we run out of daylight here. So I am going to reduce the blade depth, so I'm not cutting through both pieces yet. Just because of the way this is working here. Okay. Okay. That's looking really good. I guess what I'm going to try to do here is just cut it parallel to this and call it close enough at this section here. That's all I can do. In fact, I can't even do that. I'm going to have to cut the blade down, or get the blade down, and then... Boy. Completely freehand, but actually it looks pretty close to where I need it to be. Let me just trim it a little bit here. That section looks good. Okay. So now I can trim the rest here properly. Nice. Okay, so that's going to work out perfectly. So I think I have now cut the ridge. It looks pretty good. I'm going to try to see what I want to do across the top. I could do one on either side. It's a lot of screws. These are a nightmare to get in. I have to address the 2 ends of the scuppers, those 2x. I need to cut those back and then finish nailing off the panels. Join us next week when we lay down all the underlayment and get ready for shingles.